Hi, I'm Sarah Michael Fletcher. I'm an atmospheric and oceanic modeler working at the National Institute for Water and Atmospheric Research in New Zealand.
I'm Helen Bostock and I'm a marine geochemist working at NIWA.
And I'm Kareen Schnabel. I'm a marine biologist and a taxonomist working here at NIWA as well.
We're very lucky in that there are a tremendous number of inspiring and extraordinary women in our organization that could each really be honored in their own video. But today we've chosen to honor Janet Bradford-Grieve.
Janet started her career here in New Zealand in 1966. She started out as a taxonomist, working on a group of small marine crustaceans called copepods that are very important in marine plankton and food webs around the world. Janet has described more than 80 species, most of them here in New Zealand, but she's collaborating internationally, and she has published a number of books which inventory the copepod fauna of New Zealand, which have contributed greatly to our knowledge of the New Zealand fauna.
Janet not only has been a taxonomist, but she was one of the first people to really embrace multidisciplinary science and bring together physical oceanographers and biologists to understand the complex marine ecosystems and food webs around New Zealand. And as part of this, she led a number of voyages to understand what was going on in the bigger picture. Her first voyage, and she was the first female voyage leader in New Zealand in 1967. This was followed by 7 subsequent voyages up until 1987. But since retiring in 2004, she has continued to be active in this multidisciplinary space and contributed to a number of different projects, both around New Zealand and Antarctica. As part of this work, she then was a member of a task force back in 1991 that developed the management system for fishing around New Zealand in order to ensure that there was sustainable fishing, and this continues to today.
She has been a great advocate for sciences and that has been honoured in a number of ways, in New Zealand as well as internationally. In New Zealand, she's been a strong member of the New Zealand Marine Science Society and also the Association for Women in Science. In fact, the first meeting ever held in New Zealand for AWIS was in Janet's Lounge in 1986. She's been honoured as a Fellow of the Royal Society of New Zealand in 2003 and then was made an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit in 2007.
In the process of making this video, we talked to a lot of people who have worked with Janet over the years, and there are a few of her personality traits that really have made her a tremendous contributor to the science system in New Zealand that we'd like to highlight. She's one of those people who's really a finisher. She knows how to get things done, and she's also a tremendous mentor. She's mentored a number of both male and female scientists over the years. She's an extraordinary builder of science communities and has built a lot of science community and interaction here in New Zealand. And she's also one of those people who always speaks her mind. She's always a tremendous presence in any meeting that she's at. Even though she retired in 2004, she's still an extremely active scientist and is doing some amazing work even today. So we'd really like to thank and honor Janet. She's one of those women who started in science in the 1960s at a time when there was not widespread acceptance of women scientists and paved the way for women like us to come along later. Thank you, Janet.